I hear like when you solo, I definitely hear your influences, like you were saying before, like especially, I would say New Orleans Southern kind of sound.
It's in the blood, man.
Yeah. Well, that's but like, for example, I'm actually a trumpet player.
Yeah.
I mean, and so like my whole thing was Miles and Dizzy and Clifford Brown. So when I was first learning, I would listen to them even sleeping and the whole sound. Do you get into that also where you tell the kids to listen and just listening to the whole, like the different styles to get that into the blood? Because, you know, you can hear your influences definitely. And like I said, when I solo, people always say, oh, you listen to Miles, don't you? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, everybody, water seeks its own level, right? Everybody finds music that excites them. And whether it's salsa, whether it might be jazz, or, you know, my southern flavored little thing. But yeah, man, listening, and turning them on to different artists and music, and playing them CDs and downloads. It's all digital these days. But diversity. I think that's a great point. You know, and they'll, like I say, water seeks its own level. They're going to find something that they really love, and hopefully, and pursue it. Comments on the improvisation, or yes, Lucy?
Well, my students are 5, 6, and 7 years old.
Yeah.
I'm teaching music in the brain, as many teachers in New York City. Based on Beethoven, Mozart, a lot of American folk, Jamaican from various countries, multiculturals, but not too much jazz in it. So I'm just wondering, first of all, at what age do you believe students should start learning, playing jazz, and if there's a way we can start teaching them jazz?
Well, that's the mystery, isn't it? Because every student is different, is what we were saying earlier, and everyone is going to have their own pace. You have prodigies at age 4 and 5, you know, and then you have students that may not even take up the piano or an instrument until they're 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 years old, you know. So that's a difficult thing to ask, but I think basics are, you know, whether you're talking about sports or music or anything, basics are important. If you get some kind of basic concept of music, get that down and then build on it. It may take them a week, it may take them a month, 6 months, a year, whatever.
I was teaching, it was the very, very beginning, I was teaching I Got Rhythm, and I played it for them, and with it, before I gave them the chart, had them try to play the melody by ear. So what they did was, I gave them a key, said you're in this key, it starts with this note, now try to find the rest. And what they started finding was their own improvisation patterns, because they couldn't find the tune just yet.
Right, very good.
But they have to have a level of comfort with the tune, or rather with the idea of improvisation before that.
Yeah.
But for that particular group, for that particular song, it worked wonders, because then they were able to play the head several times with different ideas, just from what they tried to come up with by trying to play along with it.
Well, that's great, because I think it also encourages them to recognize intervals, right? So that, you know, when we say use your ear, don't worry about the page.